From WKYC Studios, this is What's Next with Russ Mitchell and Lena Lai.
Tonight we have new details on what's being called the deadliest plane crash in the U.S. in almost 24 years.
Figure skaters in Northeast Ohio reacting to the lives lost and how it impacts the tight-knit skating community.
And we're talking to a local aviation educator about the crash and what the aviation industry will take away from it. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Here's what we know at this hour. All 67 people aboard the American Airlines flight from Kansas and an Army helicopter were killed in the collision over the Potomac River last night. The cause is not clear, and the NTSB is investigating. Investigators did, however, recover 2 black boxes from the jet.
NBC's Jay Gray now joins us live from Arlington, Virginia, near DCA, with the latest developments. Jay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Russ, Lena. And that's a big discovery for those teams, the divers in the water. Those 2 black boxes or data recorders. Very important, obviously, in the investigation here, as it's really just ramping up at this point. Both were located inside the regional jet, which is in about 8 feet of water. It is in water that is just toxic in some areas, we are told by divers, from the jet fuel that's there, and then you've got all of the debris that is in the water as well. These divers no longer in the water. They're not working overnight tonight as they did last night because this has gone from rescue to recovery. The conditions very dangerous, as we talk about, so they won't return until sunrise tomorrow or a bit after sunrise. We know that those teams have pulled from those waters, about 8 feet of water that they're working in. Dozens of the victims of this crash, some reports saying as many as 40 have been pulled from that water. There were 60 passengers on the flight from Wichita, Kansas to Washington, 4 crew members and 3 service members on the chopper. All of those, as you talk about, presumed dead, and that would make this the deadliest air tragedy in the U.S. in more than 2 decades. I can tell you that these teams have said they're determined to stay here and make sure that each one of these victims is reunited with their families before their work here is done.
Jay, that's my next question to you. What is being done for the victims' families this evening?
You know, what the NTSB says is that a lot of these families have been spread out across the country. In fact, they said during their briefing today that they normally wouldn't be talking publicly about this accident before meeting privately with the families, but it's taking a while for all of them to get in, and they wanted to be as transparent as possible here. There is American Airlines has set up a family center here. They've got grief counselors on hand, and they say that will stay in place as long as necessary, and that they will continue to support these families for as long as is needed.
All right, Jay Gray in Arlington, Virginia, near DCA, the Metro train running behind him there. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Tonight, we're also learning that an Ohio college student was one of the passengers on board that plane. Grace Maxwell was a junior at Cedarville University, which is outside of Dayton. A statement from the school says that Maxwell was a mechanical engineering major and is from Wichita. The university will hold an all-campus gathering to honor her tomorrow morning.
We hold the victims and their families close to our hearts, and we ask that you now please join us in a moment of silence.
Tonight, the Cavs held a moment of silence in honor of the plane crash victims.